The fundamentals. Why tiny changes make a big difference. So the chapter 1, the surprising power of atomic habits. So in this, the author described that the British cycling team was very poor, and no British cyclist had ever won the event, the Tour de France, and they also was in cycling biggest race. So after this, uh, new coach Brailsford has been hired to put the British cycling on a new trajectory. So after this, he referred to as the aggregation of marginal gains. His strategy was the aggregation of marginal gains. So his philosophy is for searching for a tiny margin of improvements in everything you do. So like doing something minor changes in many things would contribute a lot improvement. Like this was his strategy. So like he improved it by 1%, you will get a magnificent significant increase when you put all them together. So like he adjusted small adjustment. He did all the small adjustment in his coaching. So Brailsford and his team continued to find 1% improvements in overlooked and unexpected areas. And after this, they also hired a surgeon. So like for the best way to wash their hands to reduce the chances of catching a cold, they also tested different type of massages gel to see which one led to the fastest muscle recovery. And as a hundred of other small improvements accumulated, and the result came faster than anyone could have imagined. And in this 5 years after Brailsford took over, the British cycling team dominated the road and other cycling events, and they also won the 2008 Olympic Games in Beijing. And they also won 5 Tour de France cycling event, and all this is due to the small 1% changes like did by the Brailsford in his team, in his coaching. So how does this a team of previously ordinary athletes transform into world champions? Just by small changes. At the first glance, it will seem like a modest difference at the best. So why small habits make a big difference? We see. So why small habits make a big differences? So too often we also consider that massive success requires massive action, but it is not the case. So like even we wanted to lose weight, building a business, writing a book, winning a championship, or achieve any other goal. We also like we put pressure on ourselves to make some earth-shattering improvements, but this is not the case. We always have to do something little walk. Like improving by 1% isn't particularly notable. Sometimes it's like it is even noticeable, even not noticeable, but it can far be more meaningful, especially in the long run. Just like compounding now, if you invest 1% every day, like it will become something at the 1 year, it will become an 37.78%. So here's how the math works. If you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you will end up 37 times better by the time you are done. And conversely, if you get worse, 1% each day for the 1 year, you will decline nearly down to the zero. So like it is all the math behind this. So even small work is also a part of our, like even a small positive changes like 1% will contribute to a very high in our long run. So 1% every day, and this is 1% worse and 1% better. So this is the graph, and habits are the compound interest of self improvement. So like the impact they deliver over the months and year can be enormous. So there's a difficult concept to appreciate in daily life. We often dismiss small changes because they don't seem to matter very much in the moment. So like if you save a little money now, you are still not a millionaire. If you go to the gym 3 days in a row, you are still out of the shape. If you study Mandarin or any other different language book for an hour tonight, you still haven't learned the language. So we make a few changes, but the results never seem to come quickly. So we slide back into our previous routines. So unfortunately, the slow pace of transformation also makes it easy to let a bad habit side. So like If you eat an unhealthy meal today, the scale doesn't move much. If you walk late tonight and ignore your family, they will forgive you. So like a single decision is easy to dismiss, but our small choices compound into so these small choices compound into toxic results. So accumulation of many missteps, a 1% decline here and there, that eventually led to a very great problem. So similarly, a slight changes in your daily habits can guide your life to a very different destinations. So like making a choice is yours. Like you should do 1% better or you should do 1% worse. It's your choice. So success is the product of daily habits, not once in a lifetime transformations. So your outcomes are the lagging measure of your habits. Your net worth is a lagging measure of your financial habits. Your weight is a measure of your eating habits. Your knowledge is a measure of your learning habits. Your clutter is a measure of your cleaning habits. And similarly, what you get is what you repeat. So if you want to predict where you will end up in your life, all you have to do is follow the curve of tiny gains and losses. If you want to go down, like follow your losses or like 1% decline. If you want to go up, follow like 1% better each day. And time will magnify each margins between the success and the failure. Just like time and the money compound compounds the money. Similarly, in success or in the habit is like money invested today, and success is like after 10 years or after 20 years, this will be your success with respect to time. So, good habits make your time alive, bad habits make your time enemy. And habits are a double-edged sword. Bad habit can cut you down just as easily as good habit can build you up. So, which is why understanding the details is crucial, and you need to know how habits work and how to design them to your liking. So, our habits can compound for you or against you. So, like positive compounding. So, productivity compounding is like accomplishing one task each day is a small feat on a given day, but it counts for a lot over an entire career. So the more tasks you can handle without thinking, the more your brain is free to focus on the other areas. Similarly, the knowledge compounds. Learning one new idea won't make you a genius, but a commitment to a lifelong can be transformative. And also, the Warren Buffett says that's how knowledge works. It builds up like compound interest. So knowledge is also like in compound interest. Everything is just like compounding, compounding, compound. So similarly, relationship compounds. People reflect your behaviors back to you. The more you help others, the more others want to help you. Being a little bit nicer in each iteration can result in a network of broad and strong connection over time. And similarly, a negative compounding. So there are like you take so much stress. So when this stress persists over and for an year, little stress compounds into a very serious health issues. So like no, please do not do any negative compounding. Do not do any negative 1% task every day so that you will get any major health issues or something. Similarly, our thoughts also compound. So you get into a thought loop. You're always thinking of for the same, like for the same problem again and again and again, for the same thought again and again. Your brain got stuck there. So this is our all compounding.